We are also on the last stage of registration with Presidential Fertilizer Initiative, as we are new. However, that is not our major focus. We want a long-term market channel that even if there is government change in policy, we can remain in business. I think with this, I will say, if there are people interested in syndicating or coming to our aid on this working capital, you're welcome. If you have questions, you may ask. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, so at the end of these presentations, we're going to have tables arranged outside, and some of our funding partners, they're going to be on seats, and we want to have one-on-one sessions between the project promoters and the funding partners. So we have Unity Bank, we have FCMB, we have Investment One, Venture Capital Arm, and then we have Bank of Industry as well. And so we're going to be increasing the list of funding partners as we go on in this program. This is just the maiden edition, and there's a saying in my village that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So this is just the humble step. We're going to learn from this. We're going to learn by doing. All right, so I'm going to quickly call Dr. Babi, and then after Dr. Babi, we will have Mr. Bruce Spain. Just give a few presentations on their sector, their industry, to give information to funding partners about some of the highlights or some of the opportunities in those industries. Dr. Babi.
Thank you again. And, when it comes to the Nigerian side, most of the time we are under the lake of information. So that when it comes to the whole of sub-Saharan Africa, fertilizer consumption is the 1/10 of the global average. So that much you have to grow. When we start comparing with Israel to Nigeria, sometimes it's very funny that we have not grown to that much that we can compare with Israel. We are still at the nonsense. Still the agriculture in Nigeria is a very primitive, it's still seed sowing by hand. So if you compare with Israel, then it's you have to compare apple with apple. So we have to grow that much before comparing with Israel and most of US countries and all. For example, Israel consumed close to 300 kg per hectare, and Nigeria consumed hardly 15 to 20 kg per hectare. So that's you are comparing fish with the eagle. Eagle can go anywhere and fish will remain there. So we have to understand that these situations as well. And next to that, when it comes to the whole of African continent, that lack of education and knowledge is very less. Even till date, if you go to the Nigerian farming area, people are still broadcasting NPK. It means that is a very wrong practice. NPK should be mixed in the soil because it cannot, P and K cannot move, only nitrogen can move. So many things and so many barriers are there. When it comes to the Indorama, we are having close to 60 agronomists. They are every day going to the farmers and training. We are distributing crop management practice folders. We are having animation films, and so many things we are doing is a socially sustainable agriculture development partners as well. When it comes to the Nigerian agriculture. When it comes to the business, we are looking for all agro dealers, distributors, retailers as well. Anyone, we are a very transparent company. Anyone can come and register with us. There is no loan process. There is no security required. If anyone is interested to business and he can pay for at least one truck, he can come and join us. There is nothing required. No formalities, no forum, nothing. You just come and do business with us. If you have any warehousing and other things, let us know. we will come and check, and that also we will pay. If any farmer and any organizations wants our training, we will come and give free training because we know yoga life free. So many things we are doing for our business partners, we are doing for farmers, and we are having a huge budget to distribute things free to the farmers. When it comes to t-shirts, capes, gumboots, even we are going little forward. We are distributing farm tools because we noticed that till date Nigeria, most of the things they are doing manual. Even the tilling of soil, they are doing manual. So we have come with the idea that we will distribute to farmers that corn planter is small, that's an instrument that they immediately they can. And the corn thresher, because till date the people don't have much of. So a small instrument is there. We are importing from some countries, and that immediately you put the cob and it will by manual. It will thresh very fast. So many things we are distributing gumboots because the most of the farmers don't have even the good safety boots when they go to the farm. So many things we are doing. We are here, a Nigerian company, and this is a pride for Nigeria as well as West Africa. We are globally largest, not Nigerian largest, globally largest. Even the US, Europe, no one can compare with us. We are from Toyo, Japan, and down. And when we will come to the second plant, we will be Nigeria will be a global hub when it comes to production. And Grand Paramount Toga Dangote is coming in 2000 something. So let's Nigeria will become a global fertilizer hub, not Africa and all. And the whole of the Latin American demand can be satisfied with Nigeria. So Nigerians are having very bright future. Let's enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody. May we have Hussein from Go Global?
Right, good afternoon again. Firstly, thanks, Roland, for the invite. It's really great to be here and meeting all of you. We are as I mentioned earlier, an agri manufacturing business. We're not currently looking for finance. We're going through an expansion phase, and so we'll be looking for the phase 2 of our finance in about 12 months' time. But it's nice to be part of this and to be meeting investors, potential NGOs, partners, and other players in our industry. Just to give you a little bit of background about our company, our brand is our primary critical part of our business, where most of our revenue comes from, is our poultry feed sales. So we have a brand, Supreme Feeds, which we distribute throughout the country. We also have a factory for crushing soybeans, and we have a factory for making maize meal. These are also support factories, the byproducts going into our poultry feed factory. The expansion that we're currently undertaking is backward focused. So we are now working backwards into the commodity storage silos, warehouses, and so on and so forth, and further backwards into commercial farming itself. We have done a lot of farming in the past, but now we want to take it a little more seriously. So the target is to get up to 2,500 hectares of fully irrigated under center pivot irrigation over the next 3 to 4 years. This year we're starting with the first 900 hectares and hope to have that in by the end of the year. This 2,500 hectares will give us about 40% of the commodities that we require in our business, and then we will support the rest of the business and the rest of our commodity requirements through outgrow schemes. And we expect to have somewhere around about 20,000 farmers. But our effort in the trying to develop outgrow schemes in the past has been extremely difficult. We find that there are NGOs supporting outgrow schemes, but the whole thing is poorly structured, poorly managed. The aggregation point and the logistics from farm to factory is non-existent. So you have an NGO putting together 6,000 farmers for you, and of that we get 90 tons, of supply at the end of the day. So we just don't want to participate in any of that until it's properly organized and properly managed. And we believe that manufacturers like ourselves, and like many of those in the room, can truly make an impact in Nigeria, because we are the market. and we are the offtake, and we can take a very significant quantity of the commodities that farmers can produce. They can access finance because we are that link between the banks and the inputs. So we're very excited about our prospects, but we as a company are looking and will work with NGO organizations in the future to try and facilitate and support us in our outgrower schemes. As a commercial farming enterprise, we have to approach things slightly different. There are lots of seed companies in the room, there are lots of fertilizer companies in the room, but we have to do our own research. And I would like to appeal to a lot of the seed companies. We do our own research, we do our own testing, because we've got to know what seed should we use, what population rates should we use, what fertilizer should we apply, when should we apply it, and so on and so forth. And this is information that's non-existent in this country. Even those very large seed companies like Seedco, Monsanto, and DuPont, they can't even tell us. They're bringing their beautiful seed varieties from the US and from everywhere else, which are some of them very good, but they can't tell us for Nigerian conditions what population we should use, what fertilizer application rates we should use. So we have to participate in doing the research ourselves. I would encourage, one thing a commercial farmer is looking for the seed companies here, is we're looking for the genetics. We're looking to see that you're using the correct genetics, right? We want to see every plant is going to be exactly the same. Same thickness, same cotton height, same plant height, everything is the same. Now, we just don't see that from anyone. No one. Except for DuPont. We've only seen it from them. Monsanto, Seedco, we haven't even seen it from them. So we would encourage you guys, that's what a farmer needs. He wants consistency in plant, because then we can predict the yields. We can predict the yields. But if your plant one is here, the crop is this, 30 centimeters, the other is 10 centimeters, it's not going to work. So I would encourage you in those areas. Just to wrap up, as I mentioned in the beginning, for those that are in the room, our sector is the feed sector. We're very excited about the sector and the poultry market and the poultry meat sector. It's not a growing sector at the moment, very quickly, because the country as a whole is a little bit stagnated, and the earning potential of the individuals who buy the chicken or the egg hasn't grown in the last 4 or 5 years. So we're not seeing the market of poultry meat and the market of eggs grow significantly, but we are seeing additional players enter. But this is Nigeria. We've only got one way to go, and that's up. So we know that there is potential. Things will turn around. More people are coming in, more people are investing. We will see the earning potential of the individuals on the street increase. They will have more spending power to spend on meat, and that will then start to drive the whole sector at the moment, from farmers to feed millers to farmers of grain and crops. So we're very excited about our market and the prospects in the coming years. And with a growing population starting at 180 million plus, it's pretty exciting to be part of that. So thank you very much, Roland, for the opportunity.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Musney. I think, do we have any of the project promoters? Have anyone? Want to present? Right? Okay, then we should just go straight to okay, please come. I think after this presentation, you want to present? Okay, we'll take these 2 presentations and then we'll move into the networking session, and then we'll wrap up the meeting.
Thank you very much. My name is Agribusiness Networking, like you mentioned earlier. I double as communication officer for Sudan and personal assistant to the MD of Savannah Seeds and Livestock Limited. Savannah Seeds and Livestock is what our focus is in this segment, and it's about the establishment of the rice mill project in Osun State. Over the years, we've seen that farmers produce paddy, but the link between farmers and millers is deficient, and that's where we want to come in Osun State. And we'll be working with farmers in Ondo, Osun, Oyo, Ekiti, and Ondo states, so we can harness the paddy being produced in those states. And the project is going to be for like 4 years. The startup will be this year, probably if we get the required funding. Yeah. we'll be needing about 504 million naira to kickstart the project, out of which we, as Seven Seeds, will be able to provide equity contribution to the tune of 30% of the cost of funds required for the establishment of the rice mill. And at the end of the day, we hope that we'll be able to make farmers to continue producing paddy in those states, and we estimate to be able to produce not less than 1,500 metric tons of paddy, and will provide jobs for about 5,000 people within the 36 states. And I hope we will be able to meet funding partners at the end of this stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. Do we have? Oh, okay, briefly, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Mr. Edu Obonaya. I'm the Ratio Fertilizer Limited. Ratio Fertilizer Limited is a subsidiary of Edu Square and Company Nigeria Limited, and we are an executive member of FEFSAN, which is the Fertilizer Producers and Suppliers Association of Nigeria. Right now, we've been in production of fertilizer and variable and sustainable fertilizers since 1998 up till now, and we have been in conversation with every of the federal government project, because fertilizer most times is just the government that mostly brings up projects that pushes the farmers to buy products in large quantity. In the area of GES period, the subsidized fertilizer for the farmers, which will play a significant role to be partners with the federal government to provide these subsidized fertilizers to the farmers. We did it too in our Agribusiness program, and we're providing fertilizers for many cooperatives, and the farmers have come out to declare that our fertilizers have really increased their plant yield. So there's a new project that the federal government came up. First of all, there's a ban on MP coming into the country right now, and it's really opened a big way for the local production of fertilizer in Nigeria. So in that, most investors most people that import fertilizers, NPK fertilizers, are no longer importing NPK fertilizers. What they do now is to bring the investors down here in Nigeria to partner with them to expand their blending facilities, and then they do our local production here. So I think that is a very great opportunity for every investor to leverage on existing fertilizer blending companies on ground to produce fertilizer and to increase their output of fertilizer, so that farmers will have fertilizer. In that, the federal government brought up a new program which they call the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative. The Presidential Fertilizer Initiative is a project right now that is going on, and 16 fertilizer blending companies in the country is part of the project. And the limiting thing about the project is that if you are not part of FEFSAN and you are not in the project, which is the Presidential Fertilizer Initiative, you will still have a challenge in getting some of our raw materials like the rate of potash and diammonium phosphate. Why? Because the federal government made arrangements with OCP Morocco and European company to have an agreement with them to get DAP and MOP. So the only thing we get apart from the two other raw materials is urea, which are in the Roma presence here, and the limestone. We have it down here. But if you're not part of the PFI, it will be very hard for you to purchase these two products, DAP and MOP, at a good price that can make you to be in business with other fertilizer blending companies that are part of it. So it's really has niched out people that are not part of this project from the fertilizer company, from blending fertilizer to meet the target and the product, the price in the market. So with that, our company, we have to always, fertilizer in Nigeria, policy always changes things. It's very bad, but that is where we find ourselves. We look at in the long run that we can have a policy that can make you be very, very sure of where you are in the long run. Whether new government comes or not, you know that you're still in business. So on that, the PFI, we have to come down to be part of it. So we've gone down through the processes, the inspection by the Presidential Committee of Fertilizers and all that. So we've done reasonable well. That is that we expand our blending capacity by importing a new machinery from what we have. What we have now, we're doing like 60 tons, 60, 90 tons per day. But they want us to increase to a level of where we can do like 70 tons per hour. So we just need to increase our blending capacity. So on that, we have to do that right away so that we can work together to be part of this process, so we can be part of providing fertilizer for the targeted farmers. And they put up a target for this year, over 1 million metric tons of fertilizers to be produced for the farmers. So I think just 16 people can just do this. And if you're not part of it, you will have it very rough getting NPK fertilizer, because maybe they sell one X material for 6,000, but if you're not part of it, to get it is a challenge. And if you get it, you can get it like 12,000. So you know that you are not in business. So with that, we have to come down to know if we can have an investor that can work with us. And where we are central in Aba, Abia State, which is the southeast. And the good thing is that we are the only fertilizer blending company in the southeast, private fertilizer blending company in the southeast that's exploring the state fertilizer company that are only blending fertilizers now. So the market there is so enormous, but there are no fertilizer blending company feeding the demands of the farmers in asset of fertilizer. So we look at that this is a great opportunity for us and for investors that will come down to partner with us to increase our production capacity and then to blend fertilizers for these farmers and to be part of this. We can increase our output and so on. I'll tell you that the demand is much, the market is vast, so we just need partners that can work with us and then for us to get this blending machine to produce more for the farmers. So that is why we look forward to get great investors to work with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Richfield. We're actually coming to almost the end of this event, which would be the networking session. Quickly, I would like to, if you are a representative of FCMB, can you indicate by raise of hand a representative of FCMB? Okay, Unity Bank, yeah, we sorted that out. Investment one. Yes, FCMB. Please, we create the indulgence of every other person who's not within the hall. This is like the climax of what we're doing here. We'll create the indulgence of those who are not here to, if you can come in. Yes. Okay, thank you. And then BOI, Bank of Industry. Please, can you help me extend that? CNFA, okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, that's just a form. You look at it and feel. Bank of Industry informed me that if you have questions that you want to ask them, this is your time. If you have any question you would like to ask Bank of Industry, this is your time. Okay, all right.
Well, my question is, I do want them to at least bring us more. Like I said before, we would like to go into soybeans extraction, oil extraction business. We need machineries. How do we get the machineries through the Bank of Industry?
Okay, Bank of Industry, you have a question. Okay, okay.
The Bank of Industries, just the same way with us right now, we are in the need of new blending fertilizer equipment to, increase our output. We've looked at Bank of Industry to use that platform to access, to work with us to get the blending plan, since we have already quotations from companies that are reliable. I want to know, Bank of Industry, what's the process that we need to go, because we've approached them and they come down to where we are staying. Our blending plant is an About Technology Incubation Center. We are still an incubation center. So the first people that came down to look at it, they said that where we are is still Science and Technology Incubation Center, and we don't have our own place. And that was the last we heard from them. So I want to know if that is their protocol, or is there any other advice they can give also to work with us to make this a reality. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There are two questions for Bank of Industry. I would appreciate if they come here quickly to get that answer the questions. One more time, we create the indulgence of anyone who is not within the hall right now or within this place right now, as we're trying to round up, to come in if you can. Bank of Industry.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ibrahim Ahmed. To answer the questions, you asked how do you acquire equipment, machines from the Bank of Industry. Okay, it's actually a pretty straightforward process. You're just supposed to write an application letter, and we have a list of requirements that you're expected to submit along with the application letter, like your business plan, pro forma invoice from the companies you expect to acquire the equipment from, filing of annual returns, tax clearance. It's a list that when you come in contact with Bank of Industry will be given to you, and you submit your application letter along with those documents, and then your request will be processed accordingly. Of course, there's collateral. The bank requires a bank guarantee from a commercial bank or landed property with C of O. But in instances, and depending on peculiarities of different projects, all asset debenture is considered in some cases. And in other cases, additional cash equity will also be required. Sorry? Of course, your assets form part of your equity. Sorry? Okay, the assets to be acquired by the loan form part of your fixed asset coverage. The fixed asset coverage required is actually 250%. But 100% out of that is the equipment finance. Because when the equipment is financed, the equipment is still under the ownership of the bank until after you pay. And then your legal mortgage or your all asset debenture will cover the remaining 150%. And if it's a bank guarantee, of course, all of that does not apply. I hope that's clear. You asked the question, right? I hope that is clear. Which state is that? Okay, I actually don't know why you were told your location is not suitable. I know for a fact that it doesn't matter if it's in an incubation center, it's accepted. But maybe there's a different reason why your location was not accepted. You can find time and come to the bank, we'll speak to the people in Abia and try to understand what's going on with your project.
Yeah, well, this issue of, I think not long ago, I saw that the VP himself launching one shared facility about somewhere. I don't know what that comes about. Why do you usually see yourself? Maybe power, maybe what do you call it, the concept of incubation. collaboration together. There was one thing I read about the shared facility that was, yeah. Um,
Any more questions, please? Thank you very much.
A round of applause for Bank Ministry. Thank you very much, sir. Like I said, this is about the last part of this event, which is the most important part of it, the networking event session. I beg your pardon. Again, I crave indulgence of anyone who is not here as within this space that we are right now. So please come right in as we're about rounding up. We would request, we will send some forms out to some investors. We don't know if you're finished speaking. Okay, let's speak. Once we do that, thank you very much. Okay. We have made special arrangements for chair seats here for the investors, well labeled, just behind this the T section here. So we would quickly once we get the form now, there are some people who would call and then indicate where you're going to meet them. It's well labeled. We'll call some project promoters and then ask you where you're going to meet them. It's about like the climax of the event. Is any other form I've not gotten yet? Any other form I have not gotten yet? Are you ready? Is your phone ready? Oh, ministry. Somebody is okay. Okay. Did you feed it? Okay. Okay. All right. So. Yeah, right there. Okay. All right. This is what I've been informed to do. If you're an investor in the house, the ones listed here, you can just walk right there behind this T section. There are arrangements already made with your name properly tagged. So you can just go there and while we talk to the project promoters to come over and meet those that you have indicated interest. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Investment one. We don't have anything from investment one yet. Okay. Okay. This is what I've been instructed to do now. If you hear your name, you just go to CNFA stand. It's already properly labeled. It's properly labeled Albarka, Manoma, 1 hectare, 1 family. We have Indorama, we have Vencap, yeah. And then we also have, I don't know why, but I also have Unity Bank. I think they want to interact with you, Unity Bank, but they'll be also busy with, at their own session. BOI wants to interact with Dotore, Indorama, and Albarka. So the cities are probably labeled TNFA, just that direction. Somebody will direct you how to go. Unity Bank. Unity Bank wants to interact with feed-all integrated service fund investment feeds. Again, 1 hectare, 1 family. We also have FCMB wants to interact with 1 hectare, 1 family. Yeah, that's about it at the moment. So you could just, yeah. Thank you so very much for this time. And again, we would like, I saw some people giving out cards and all of that. This is a networking section. You don't have to wait for anybody to call. You just exchange your cards and so you can do business. Yeah, that's why we're here today. Thank you very much. Yeah. We're going to send a feedback form to all your mails. We would appreciate if you can respond to it. We want to understand what you think about this event today, so that in our subsequent events we'll be able to, upgrade it, do it better than we have done now. Yeah, so we're going to send a form to your emails. We would like you to respond to it. It's a feedback form. That form will help us to upgrade in our subsequent events. Thank you very much.